Hey Leo, welcome back to lovefromaleo. My name is Tay and this is my channel. So as you can see, I finally got my microphone situation set up. So hopefully everything goes well with that. So yeah, this is your energy, Leo. Okay, so we got your energy here. Now we're going to focus on what the focus is for your July. So we actually got the moon card. So with the moon card, this could have something to do with your mother, like your relationship with your mom. It could have something to do with the emotions that you're feeling, but also being that it is July, that is Cancer season. So when it's Cancer season, Cancer is obviously ruled by the moon. So maybe the transits that are happening with the moon or just the Cancer energy in general is something that you're going to be heavily influenced by. All right, so let's see what's happening for July 1st through the 12th. Let's see what comes out. I don't have any clairaudient messages coming so far, but we'll see as we go along. Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles in reverse. So both of them are in reverse. All right. So with the Ace of Cups in reverse and Three of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like there is trouble in paradise when it comes to your home life. Because this generally means like some type of romantic endeavor or some type of home domestic endeavor. But since they're together, I feel like this is a situation where maybe you're not happy in your home life. Let's see why. Death. Okay, so there's changes or there's things that still haven't transmuted themselves into something different. So maybe you had an issue that has been an issue for years or months or whatever, but for some reason they still are the same. Like nothing has changed, nothing has happened. There also could be a Scorpio in the mix when it comes to this, definitely with the Ace of Cups in reverse as well as the Death card. Okay, so what is it that you wanted to change? I feel like there's something in your home life that you wanted to change or your family life, but for some reason it hasn't manifested or it hasn't happened yet. Princess of Wands, excuse me, and Five of Wands. Okay, so there could be a fire sign. This definitely could be you, a younger fire sign here showing up. But the Five of Wands in reverse, you realize that no matter how hard you try, there is no change. There is no, there's nothing different. And I think this is something that is bothering you. I'm not sure if because it is Cancer season, when you have Cancer season, it deals with the fourth house, and the fourth house deals with your home, your privacy, and everything that goes into that. So I'm thinking that there's something that you want different about your home life or your family life, but it's like no matter how hard you try, there's no change. And so now you're at the point where you're like, well, forget it, fuck it, you know? That Leo switch has kind of gone off. Okay. Why hasn't anything changed? Oh. Okay, fallout. So maybe some of you can't get in agreement with the people that you live with. Let's see. Death card. Okay. Two of Cups is right here. Yeah, so someone, your spouse or someone that you have romantic ties with, you guys just aren't on the same page. Three of Swords. Yeah, every time you try to talk about it or anytime you try to rectify it, there's disappointments. Okay. All right, so we're seeing all of this. So let's just see who the spouse is, because we definitely see there's a spouse in the mix. Oh, that's way too many. For the majority of Leos watching, what are their spouse's signs? I really hope you guys can hear me because, listen, this is a new setup. Okay, so we got 3 cards. Okay, so lots of different signs for lots of different people. The first thing I'm seeing is a Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Here goes that Scorpio we were talking about. And then we also have the Lovers, which is Gemini, but this could also be just another Leo, okay? So this is what I'm seeing for you. I see that there is a disagreement within the domestic part of your life, and you guys seem to not be able to be on the same page for some reason. For some reason, I'm feeling like with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, there's also a situation where you can't, it's like you guys may have the same goal, but for some reason the timing is always off. Or there's a situation where someone is always stepping on the other person's toe. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's see how you're feeling about this situation. The Chariot. Okay, so you want things to progress. And I think you have this idea that you want things to be done or different by the end of Cancer season, which is July 12th. Excuse me, July 22nd. I feel like there's a situation that you want to be finished by the end of Cancer season. But I don't know if that'll actually happen, but this is what you see. For some of you, if you're on the verge of leaving or something like that, I feel like you're saying, if this isn't done by the end of July, I'm gone. This is like your mindset. Okay, Leo? And we all know when a Leo has their mind fixated on something, that's it. All right, so how are you showing up to other people? How are you showing up in general in the beginning of your July? Okay, we got 3 different cards. That's a lot. So we got victory. So a lot of people are paying attention to you. With Leo and Jupiter here showing up on this card, I definitely feel like you're having a lot of fun. People are seeing you in a happy state. But when we come to this conflict energy, I think people are seeing you as a person who doesn't know what they want. Going back and forth, or maybe taking a very long time to make your decision on something, because we have the Saturn energy here on the top left corner as well. We also have the failure energy here with the Taurus and Saturn energy. So I feel like whatever you've been trying to work on, it could even be a family situation with this Taurus energy. But with all of this energy here with the failure, Taurus, Saturn, I just feel like you're at this, you've been trying and trying and trying, and it's just not working. You understand? So this is what I'm seeing for you, Leo. All right, so that's the beginning of your July. Let's go ahead and segue into the middle. So the middle of your July will be the 13th through the 20th, okay? 13th through the 20th. All right, so what's happening? What's happening for Leo? Yeah, especially with this moon energy here, it definitely coincides with the Cancer energy that you will be feeling throughout this month. And I just feel like it has a lot to do with like family matters and home matters, domestic ties. Definitely could be something with your mom. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, yeah. So with the Queen of Pentacles, I think a lot of you, especially if you're a Leo who's a female. Oh, my bad, y'all. If you're a Leo who's a female, I think that there is definitely a focus on your money, your materials, and your possessions, specifically in connection to your home life. So you're thinking about that. Prince of Cups in reverse. You're not necessarily telling anyone about this, but I think there's definitely a situation that you feel... It's like you want to speak out, but you don't have the courage to let yourself be vulnerable. So with this being said, it's kind of like you're becoming more angry about the situation instead of you just expressing it and getting it off your chest. But for some reason, you feel like you can't talk about it. Is this you? Okay, let's get clarification on the Prince of Cups. Who is this Prince of Cups? What are they here for? What do they have to say? Four of Pentacles. Could it be a Capricorn? What I'm seeing here for you, Leo, okay, it's almost like there's so many different people here that have a lot to say about whatever you're doing. There could be a Taurus here. I see a Scorpio here. And now I'm seeing a Capricorn. So it's like there's a lot of people that have a lot to say about how you're spending your money or what you're doing with it. Some people think you should be, holding on to it more. Some people think you should be using your money more wisely. Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse. I feel like some people are trying to throw you off course. Like they're trying to say things that in actuality it wouldn't benefit you, but they're trying to just like get you to do what they want you to do. False statements that are being made, false pieces of advice. I also feel like there's a situation where it's like whatever people are telling you, you don't want to hear it. Like it's not, you don't care what they have to say, but you're still hearing this. Okay, so what are they saying that you're not wanting to hear? Yeah, King of Pentacles in reverse. They feel like however you're spending your money, or they feel like however you're making your money, it's not conducive to the future that they want to see you have. And I feel like, Leo, you're kind of like, yeah, I could see why you would have these reservations about the situation, but at the same time, like, you're not me. Like, this is my life. So whatever way I see it going is how I see it going. A lot of earth energy is here. So definitely if you're a Leo who's more creative, or if you just have your own way of seeing things and feeling about things, I feel like these people around you, they're very like, they have their own way of looking at things when it comes to like earthly aspects. But the problem with that is they're too focused on the earthly aspects. I feel like you're more focused on feeling passionately comfortable, if that makes sense. That's like the two words that I just got. So you want to be comfortable with your passions, and I think they're more practical. They're more fixated on just living a life that everyone else says is the right way to go, instead of actually like marching to the beat of your own drum. Does that make sense? So with you being a Leo, you want to stand out. Obviously, all fire signs want to stand out somehow. But definitely with this earth energy, it's clashing because they have their way of wanting you to be. It's like they're trying to transform you, or they want you to conform to something that they want. It could definitely be some type of like they want to domesticate you, because I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles here. And then I'm also seeing like the Four of Pentacles. If you look here on this card, it's like an older person telling a younger person, you know, why don't you stay at home, or why don't you save your money? Like don't do this, don't do that. And so I feel like you're kind of feeling restricted. Okay, let's see. How are you showing up in the middle? Yeah, cruelty. So you feel like people are just, ooh. You feel like with this Gemini energy, I feel like you have this sense of, you feel like you're being torn in half almost, because there's a sense of you wanting to go the right way, like quote unquote right way. But then there's also this side of you who wants to stand out. You want to do something different. You want to be bold. But for you to try to figure out which pathway that is, it's like cruelty to yourself, because yourself already knows what it wants to do. But for some reason, you're also trying to go with the status quo, so to speak. And then with this moon energy here, with this card here, I feel like there's a situation of you having this battle for a long time. This is something that you've had to either encounter or debate for a very long time. So this isn't just like, it didn't just come out of the blue. This is something you've been dealing with for a while. So it definitely could be related to family matters. This is Mars and Gemini with this cruelty card. So it's like you're trying to fight to decide who you want to be. You understand what I'm saying? Or which pathway you want to go, for that matter. What's your passion? What are you driven to go towards? Yeah, so it's you're at this point where, Leo, you have to really decide, like, who are you as a Leo? If you haven't watched my video on the Leo zodiac sign, I would definitely recommend for you to watch that, or suggest for you to watch it, because it's going to talk about and break down why Leo has to go through that stage where they have to become the lion. Because you're born a lion, but you're not born with that I don't know what that's called. Like, you're not born with that innate ability to go attack. You have to kind of like learn that. It's a courage, you know what I'm saying? And you can have some sort of courage with you, but when you really experience situations that make you become who you're supposed to be, it's a totally different ball game from just being, you know, Leo. So I'm gonna put it here on the screen here so you guys can watch that. But yeah, so I feel like you're going through one of those battles, Leo, where you kind of level up and mature into a more sophisticated, mature lion. Meaning it's not just about, you know, walking around owning everything. It's about, what does it take to be the leader? In order to be the leader, you have to learn how to follow so that you can lead other people. And I feel like you're at this crossroads where you're like, okay, well, do I lead by going towards what they want me to do, or do I lead by saying, no, fuck that, I've already went your way and I don't like it, let me go another way? So it's like this duality that you're going through right now, Leo. Especially if you have some Gemini in your chart, or maybe Cancer as well. This is what I'm seeing for you. Really having to like buckle down and figure out what you want, who you are, and how you're going to do it. Okay, Leo, so I see you. How are you feeling right now in the midst of this situation? We got the Seven of Swords. So there's some things I feel like, usually I would say this is someone needing to tell you something, but because of the situation at hand, I feel like, Leo, this is you having to come to terms with who you are and kind of own up to who you are, what you like, or it's something like that. Like you're owning up to yourself, facing yourself in the mirror. On this card in particular, we have the Aquarius energy and the Moon energy. So I feel like this is a time where you're really up late at night and you're just going through your brain. You're figuring out, what are you fixated on? What are your thoughts? What do you think about things when it comes to who you are? This is a really, really deep like message, especially for the month of July. Maybe it's because right after this, at the end of July, there will be Leo season. So I feel like you have to just be ready for that lion, that sun energy, you know? With Cancer season, it's always going to be about the moon. It's going to be about like the dark aspects of yourself, your shadow self, and kind of, you know, like the tides, the water, the emotions. But when you get to Leo season, it's when everything is exposed. It's when everything is in the light. It's summertime. It's hot. Like you don't have time to be trying to figure out what you want to do. It's just, it is what it is. So I feel like this is what you're going through. And I feel like during Leo season, depending on how you navigate this will determine how bright you will shine throughout your season. Okay, Leo? Let's just get some advice on this, because I don't feel like there's anyone really involved besides people around you who are involved, you know? But I don't think there's a specific sign. I think it's just whoever's around you trying to get you to do something different than what you want to do. That's who this is about. Especially if they're trying to get you to go towards something more traditional. Now, with this card here, we're just going to figure out what the advice is. Where do you guide it to go towards? All right, 7 of Wands. This is your energy, Leo. Like, 7 of Wands is about taking what you want, going after what you believe in, and not taking no for an answer and standing up for yourself. So this is really a test to see, are you truly the Leo that you say you are? You know, plain and simple. Are you truly embodying that Leo spirit? Okay, because there's no such thing as just one type of Leo. Leo is about being fixated on feeling and seeing something a certain way. Nobody can change that. It's fixed fire. So your passion, your innate ability to go towards something, your own vision that you have created for yourself, what is it that you see? And then are you going to go towards it? That's really just the question. Are you going to go towards whatever you feel that you're supposed to do? Otherwise, you're just going to be living someone else's life, you know? So it's going to make you feel like like a Barbie or some type of doll, action figure, instead of really just being the character that you see yourself as Leo, the performer of the zodiac. So let's go ahead and transition into the end of July. So this is going to be the 21st to the 31st. Let's see what's happening. Ooh. All right, so we got Prince of Pentacles. So I feel like you're on this journey where you're starting to finally cultivate your own resources. You're not quite the King of Pentacles, so you still have a way to go. But with the Prince of Pentacles, I'm seeing someone who has a plan and they're sticking to it. I'm seeing someone who is very aware of what they can do, and just that innate endurance alone will kind of push them towards their destiny. With the Prince of Pentacles here, this is very different from your energy. I haven't seen much Leo energy, period. But now we have the Prince of Swords in reverse. So I feel like there's somebody who was an air sign or whoever was talking to you. They're not so much distracting you anymore. Like, you kind of cut them out. I'm also seeing if you were having a lot of thoughts about what you should be doing, like planning, now you're not planning, you're actually doing it. You're putting in effort now because you have the Prince of Pentacles here. Okay, so that time, let me just break it down. Right here, we have that Aquarius. Oh, let me put this here. Okay, so right here we have that Aquarius energy that I was talking about, that moon in Aquarius, that night where you stay up late and you're really just digesting and figuring out what the hell you want to do with yourself. So here, this is this person. This is where you are at, okay? Now, when we segue into this, the Prince of Pentacles, now you're not thinking about it, you're doing it. You're executing your plan. You're putting in action. This is something that has been planned. It's not something that's just out of the blue. This is something that she planned for, and you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to keep going up the ladder until I'm where I want to be. Okay? So what is it that you want to do, Leo? 8 of Pentacles. So you want to have a steadier job. Some of you are working on moving up in your business or creating a business for that matter, or even being like a homemaker for some of you. With this 8 of Pentacles, it's about working alone and mastering your own task. So you have something that you're trying to master, and you also have this rose in the middle here. This is your goal, your focus, the reason why you're doing it, okay? So this could be children for some of you. This could be a mate. This could be just you wanting to grow as a person. With this 8 of Pentacles, you're staying very close to this type of energy. You're staying very connected to trying to build and grow something, okay? This is like Virgo energy. So very beautiful. I love this. Not quite the Empress energy, but going towards the Empress vibes, okay? With the Chariot in reverse, you're not rushing it anymore. Now that you know what you want to do, you're kind of, taking your time going towards it. I would say you're harvesting, making sure you have all the resources to execute certain things. You're really, really paying attention to the details, which is beautiful. Okay. Anything else that needs to be said about this situation? Yeah, 6 of Swords in reverse. So the first thing I thought was some of you are going back towards something that you left because someone told you need to leave it alone. Maybe whoever was trying to make you be more traditional. Also, with the 6 of Swords in reverse, I feel like there's some things that you had to kind of rectify, fix, correct. That's the word I'm hearing. Like, you have to correct it because for some reason you didn't complete the task in the first place. Some of this could be like your passion. This could be something you're really good at. This could be something when it comes to your health, something. It's like you're going back towards something so that you can actually execute this dream, passion, way of living. Yeah, you're going back. What are you going back towards? Nine of Cups in reverse. So there was someone that you felt comfortable with, but you never truly executed that relationship, or maybe you never even gave it a shot. Yeah. Princess of Swords. It could be an air sign or someone who has air placements within their moon or rising sign. What I'm seeing here with the Princess of Swords, it's someone who's very calculated and strategic as well. They would communicate with you, but you guys never quite went all the way. This is what I'm seeing. So maybe you're going back towards a person as well at the end of your July, going towards Leo season. Okay. Let's see. How are you feeling about this new passion that you're going towards? Yeah, Three of Swords. So this new passion, you had to let go of all of the disappointments or all of the expectations that other people had for you. At this point, you're looking at it like, look, this is my life. This is what I want to do, and this is how we're going to do it. The disappointment comes from certain people having to be dropped off, certain people having to be left behind because they can't handle it. So this is what I'm seeing for you. It doesn't mean that you're losing out on this endeavor. It's more so that some people can't keep up. And that's why they were trying to stop you in the first place, because that's too much of an investment for them. But this being your life, it's like, fuck it. This is what I want to do. Now, when it comes to this person that you're going back towards, because I feel like you left something behind in the past and you're going back towards it. How do you feel about this person? There's definitely a person here with the Nine of Cups. King of Swords is here. So you feel like this is the right thing to do as far as logically. Like now you feel like, in the past you may have felt like, okay, I'm not ready for them, or there's some things I need to work out, or it just doesn't make sense to go towards them. But now you're like, no, this makes all the sense in the world. This is what I'm going towards. And this air energy is popping up again. So it's almost like you have matured, or maybe you've seen them and they've matured. This is what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's just see if there's any signs that are coming up for this specific situation. Who is Leo going back towards at the end of... Ooh, 1 second. At the end of July. Leo. So another Leo. Okay. Awesome. And you're also going to be going towards them once Leo season starts. So July 22nd and on. Okay. So yeah. They're popping up here. You're definitely going towards them. You feel like it's a smart thing to do. You feel like you want to fix some things. I feel like there was some issues here. Like it didn't quite go off the ground, or it didn't quite manifest the way that you needed it to. So you have to go back, you got to fix it, you got to work on it. I'm not seeing anything super strong when it comes to love, but I am seeing like a reconnecting. I'm seeing that you guys are trying to strengthen the bond that you guys once lost. Okay, now let's see how you're showing up at the end of July. The Emperor. Yes, Leo. Okay, so you're very adamant on what you want to do. You're very strong, you're very stable in your decisions, and I feel like there's a sense of you just knowing what you want. Beautiful. I love this for you, Leo. Very fixated. It is Aries energy, but I feel like this is because you're starting new ways of feeling and seeing things. So you still have that Leo aspect of yourself where you're emotionally guided towards what you want to see and feel about a certain situation. But with this Aries energy, it's a new way because you're a new Leo. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? I feel like you know what I'm saying. All right, so let's get one last card. What was the message? What was the moral of this story for July for Leo? What am I getting? What am I getting? All right, so we got Universe, the number 21 card. So when you have 2 + 1, that is the number 3. So you're creating this new sense of connectivity to yourself, your higher self. You're tapping in, Leo. I also feel like with the Universe card, you're realizing that everything that has happened, good or bad, is for a reason. And I know that sounds so cliche, but when you're talking about, you know, your future, your potential, people that you met, people that you need to leave, people that you need to hook up back with or whatever, it's like everything happens in its own time, divine timing. So I feel like this is something that's going to be a very big lesson for you, especially with this moon energy here. With the moon, it's all about just being connected to that intuitive nature. And even here, the color scheme with these 2 cards, 2 different decks, but we have the Universe here and we have the moon here. So it's like you're becoming more in tune with your intuitive nature. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice. Okay. So yeah, Leo, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel so that you are notified whenever I upload for your sign specifically. I'll be uploading different things on astrology, crystals, esoteric exploration, numerology, anything else that I find that's interesting enough to post, I will be posting it. So make sure you sign up there. You can also add me on Instagram at Atela_more. And you can also email me, lovefromaleo@gmail.com, if you would like to book a private reading based on your natal chart specifically. I also have a Patreon that you can sign up for. It'll be cheaper if you do it that way, so sign up there. And as long as you're signed up, you'll have monthly readings from me every single month on any subject of your choice. And let's say you want to skip a month or whatever, you can definitely do that, and then it'll roll over into your next month. So then you'll have 2 readings that you can get on different subjects or whatever the case may be. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video once again. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, Leo.